So a lot of you guys are going back to school. Some of you are just looking for a budget laptop. Some of you will think $600 is too expensive for a budget laptop. And you know what? For a lot of people, it is. But if you want anything decent that's coming out this year, $600 is the price point you want to be at. If you can find something from last year under $600, all the power to you. But right now, I think the Acer Swift 3, which I have right here, is one of the better deals you can get for going back to school or for a budget laptop in general. What you're essentially getting is a fairly premium build. This thing is made out of all aluminum. It has a simple design. This is the blue model with striations running across the middle and the Acer logo. The bottom is also made out of metal. So overall, a very premium feeling laptop. Now, it's not as light as a MacBook Air. It's 3.5 pounds, but it's still light enough that this is not going to weigh you down while you're walking throughout campus or to work every single day. The port situation is also very impressive. Like on the left-hand side, you have your barrel connector. The power supply is not even that big. You have a full-size HDMI, 2 USB 3.0 ports, USB Type-C, which is usually something you don't see at this price point. Obviously, it's not Thunderbolt 3, but at least you can hook up some of the newer devices that you purchase to this laptop. You have your headphone jack, and then on the right side, you have your lock, USB 2.0 port, and yes, you actually get a full-size SD card slot. Now getting in is really easy, just a bunch of screws and you pry off the bottom lid, and some things are upgradable in this laptop. So you can future-proof this by keeping it going a few years down the road. There is one M2 slot. You can put up to a 1 terabyte drive in here. This one happens to be 256 gigabytes, fairly good read and write speeds. You have holy smokes. Did you see that? This is not even on. I almost died there. You see those sparks? You have 8 gigabytes of RAM. 4 gigabytes is soldered onto the motherboard, and the other 4 is upgradable. So right now, even though there's 8, if you don't feel it's adequate, you could potentially put up to 20 gigabytes of memory in here. 48 watt-hour battery, and you have a space that looks like it's meant to be for a 2.5-inch hard drive. Don't let that fool you. You can't put anything there. There's no connection to hook up a second hard drive. I think they left it open because they probably used this sort of design for a different model, or they just wanted to tease you and say, listen, buddy, you opted for the cheaper one. So we're gonna show you what you could have had if you spent a couple $100 more. I think I fried the motherboard. Okay, I can't show you the display. I can't show you the webcam. I actually think I fried the motherboard when I took off the RAM cap.
Have 4, holy smokes.
On it. I short-circuited something. This thing will not turn on. Now, I can't show you the webcam, but I did play with it before, and as you can expect, like every other single laptop, it has poor webcam quality. Speakers are on the bottom. They don't sound that great, and as expected, again, I did mention this is a $600 laptop, but I think for a laptop this thick and this size, they could have placed these webcam speakers on the top of the deck and gave you better sound. Now, performance is what you buy this for. This thing has an i5-8250U processor, so more than adequate for schoolwork. Like, if you're using this for Lightroom, which I would advise hooking up to more color correct monitor, or let's say you're using it to do Microsoft Office, Google Docs, even programming. Like I actually did a compiling test on this laptop. It actually did pretty good. It compiled Mozilla Firefox in 1 hour and 10 minutes. Now, my only real complaint is the keyboard. It's not a bad keyboard in the sense that you're gonna have a poor typing experience. You're gonna type just as fast on this laptop as you would as a more expensive one. It's a bit mushy. There's travel distance, but when you press the keys, it just kind of goes in to the chassis and it doesn't feel as comfortable as more premium ones. The other thing is the touchpad. I like it. It's a good size, it's fairly accurate, but it is made out of plastic, so it's not gonna be as accurate as a more expensive touchpad. Again, you're buying a budget laptop. And finally, you have the fingerprint scanner on the side, which is something you usually don't see at the lower end of the spectrum. So I'm glad to see it here on the $600 range. So here's the bottom line. This laptop is a great option for students going back to school or someone just looking for something very simple to do productivity work. The price is good, it's light, it's portable, it has good battery life, it's a solid design, and most importantly, you can upgrade it, future-proofing it down the road. Obviously, it's not perfect. The keyboard could be better. It could have the option to put a second hard drive to utilize that extra space. But at the end of the day, you're paying $600. And there's a lot of things out there for $600 that are not going to run as well as this. So anyways, that wraps up this review. Acer, I apologize. I just short-circuited your motherboard during this video. But again, if you're interested in checking this out, I'll place a link in the description down below. Like the video if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next video.